Hey everybody, I'm back. Sorry it took me so long. I haven't had a lot of time to do how to draw videos. Hopefully I can do them more now. But yeah, I saw a little window of opportunity and I took it. So yeah, today we're going to be drawing chibis, or I'm going to show you how to draw a chibi. I noticed that it's a very popular subject, so I thought it'd be fun. It's very simple and everything. So yeah, let's get started. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to draw a circle. You can use a stencil, but if you rough sketch it, I don't know, when I rough sketch something, it just makes me feel a little more accomplished for what I'm doing. Okay, so, yeah. Then you're going to want to draw a line right down the middle. And it extends about, I would say, almost 2/3 of the way down. So 2/3 of the diameter of the circle. You would extend that further. Then you're going to want to draw a line perpendicular to that. And then a line about 1/3 of the width of the circle below it. About no exact measurements here, just an estimate. Okay. Now we can put in the shape of the head. The circle is basically what we're basing this entire chibi on, because chibis are heads with bodies, not manga figures that are bodies with heads. Does that make sense? So, yeah. I'm going to switch over to my 2H pencil so it's a little darker. And we're going to put in the sides of the head here. And how it goes is, what I see is the chibi head goes in, sort of like an hourglass shape almost. And then the cheeks round out, and there is no chin. It just looks like a big cheek on the bottom. I don't know. Maybe it is a cheek. It's kind of funny to look at, though. And then you're gonna want to. It would probably be. The furthest part of the curve, sorry, would probably be right above this first line that we drew here, going across, and then it's gonna come down at around halfway between these two lines. So we're just going to do that really quickly on this side. Okay. And then the chin, how that works is it's just an arc, sort of like, you know, how you're drawing a smiley face going across. Make sure that you keep the cheeks round. That's always important when you're drawing a chibi, because it makes it look like it has cheeks, not, you know, spikes for its cheek. If that makes sense. It gives it that cuter look, I guess. So I'm just going to round those off a bit here. So yeah, the chin, with quotes, touches the bottom line here that we drew. And that's about it. Now we're going to draw the eyes and the facial features. These are all very simple except for the eyes. I don't know, you can get kind of detailed with those. We're just going to put a line right here. And that would be the space that our eyes take up. Before I do anything else, we're going to put in some ears really quick. The ears are really simple. If you see where the circle comes in right here, where it intersects right there and there, with the sides of the head, that would be the top of the ear, and then this line would be the bottom of the ear. I guess that would be a good example right there. And you can just put like little domes here. Just shoot those right in. They're really simple. I guess you could put in another line to indicate some sort of ear shape, but it's a chibi. You don't have to have so much detail that it's realistic. It's a chibi. Okay, so now I guess we can put in the eyes, and the eyes are really awesome because you can do it any way you want. I'm just going to sort of do a big round chibi eye. It's not going to look like anime, you know how it's like spiky and you have that like that point on the far edge. It's just going to be more rounded off. I'm going to put in a space here where I know not to put the eye so that it doesn't look like it's going cross-eyed. Okay, so yeah. Let me put in some boxes actually. I'm going to put in some boxes for my eyes here so that I can make them as symmetrical as possible. Line there. Okay, so that's where we're going to put our eyes. Keep in mind that the way I'm doing this here, you don't have to copy everything exactly the same way. You can put in your own eyes, you can put in your own mouth, you can put in your own hair and clothes and all sorts of ribbons and stuff. Do that. That's all you. I'm just showing you the basics here. So that would just be your head. I guess if you're looking for the shape of the head, you could just stop the video right here. But I'm going to keep going and finish this whole thing up here. The eye that I'm drawing right now is going to be starting at the top of the eye. Sorry, like the eyelash. We'll be starting at the top right corner of the left side here. So, and it'll be arcing down, not quite touching the edge here. And hopefully I can mirror that on this side here. Tip. When you're drawing, try to do it on the side that you're not good at drawing on. So if you can't draw the left side as well you can on the right, draw the left side first and then mirror it on the right, because then you have a better chance of making it a little more symmetrical. Okay, so now we have those. I'm not really going to put in the bottom of the eyes. I will have it flat on the bottom, sort of as if it's sitting on the ground. Or the eye is sitting on the ground. So we're just going to put in some lines here so we know where the bottom of the eyes will be. The eyes, I'm going to have it so that the eyes, or the top of the irises, don't actually touch the top eyelashes. So it's going to sort of be like it's a surprised happy. Again, this is not the way to do it, so this is not the way to do it, sorry. You can do it any way you want, and it can still be your artwork. Alright, so here I am trying to mirror it on this side. I find that the most difficult part, trying to mirror something on one side, and it never turns out perfect. There's always something I see in it. I'm already seeing this. It's a little funny because of the shape of the eye at the top. It's not exactly symmetrical. Okay, anyways, moving on. Notice how I'm not really drawing eyelashes on the bottom. It just sort of looks like that the eyes are sitting there, and that's nice. I'm gonna color in a section, or put in another line here so that I know when I'm doing the final inking or final lines that I know to color this in here. Give it that little, maybe a little bit of a point on the sides of the eyes. And then, now that I know to color those in, we'll put in some eyelid wrinkles. I don't know what those are called. Surprise! Oh gosh. Okay, yeah. Mirror it. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so this chibi is going to be happy. It looks kind of angry right now because of those little folds. It looks like it's frowning, but it's actually not. She's going to be happy. So we're going to put in some eyebrows here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put another line. It's going to be about half the width of, or half the height of the irises that we just drew here. And that's going to be the eyebrow line. And you can put in any eyebrow you want. I'm going to have them rather small here. That doesn't look right. Working against my wrist here. Okay. So now that we have the eyebrows in, we're going to put in the mouth, and the mouth is something that you can customize and make it your own. You can have the mouth open, you can have the mouth as like a dot, you don't even need a mouth, I guess. You can put in just a line. I'm going to see what I can do here. I was thinking of having like a smiling mouth, but I'm starting to reconsider that. But we're just going to put a line in for now. And it's just going to be one little smiley face. There you go. So now it's a happy chibi. See, it went from mad to happy. And we're going to put in the nose. It's going to be a dot, basically. And the nose is going to be where this line here, the first guideline that we put in, and the second guideline intersect right between the eyes. It's sort of going to be like lined up with the bottom of the eyes. It's not even going to be below the eyes, because then it makes it look funny. Alright, so that's about it for the chibi head. Now we have the hair and the body. I think I'm going to pause this really quick, and I'll come back because I need to go grab a drink, so just give me a sec. Okay, so I'm back, and what was I doing? Oh, right, I was doing the body. And let's see, I drew some chibis earlier trying to figure out a good body pose, and I guess I'll just have them, you know, sitting there being chibi. And we're just going to draw some guidelines really quick. So, with that, one more thing with chibis, I don't see a lot of necks. So, usually it sort of looks like this part of their cheeks or chin is like resting on their shoulders. So, I think we're just going to do that here. I'm just going to draw some lines here. Again, you can do anything you want. You don't have to copy exactly what I'm doing if you'd like to. Be my guest. Okay, so I sort of want the arms to just be like this here. And I'll fill that in later. But so that I know where the hair can go and everything. I don't want to encounter any problems with life. I'm joking. Okay. Hair. Something I noticed about chibi hair is that it's not spiky, it sort of looks like clumps. You can have spiky hair, but it's not as spiky as in normal manga or anime. So we're going to put in a few strands of hair here. This one's going to be sort of like a bubbly character. I try not to have the hair spiky, because then, you know, then it looks like an evil chibi almost, and that sort of ruins the whole cute factor. I guess maybe, you know, if you have like a chibi Toby, he's evil, but, you know, he's funny, so. Okay, let's put in some more hair here. Trying to keep it bubbly, not spiky. That's one of the most difficult things I encounter, is like I'll catch myself drawing it all spiky and epic, and I'll be like, wait, I'm drawing a chibi here. Come on, man. Get that right. Alright, another tip for chibi hair. Just like the head, the hair is way out of proportion to the body, so sometimes I see the hair like it'll be down by their feet. And I don't think I'm gonna go that far, but we're just gonna have it in proportion to the head generally, so we're going to put in one more larger strand of hair here. It's going to sort of be obscuring the ear. I'm trying to make this symmetrical so it's easier. Is that right? That's right. Alright, hold on. It's a little too far away from the head. Don't feel afraid to have the hair with an excessive amount of volume, because that's a normal chibi thing. And yeah, so I'm gonna finish up the hair in time lapse here, because I don't think that you guys need me to draw the hair in real time. Also, I just want to keep this video regularly short, or relatively short. Regular. Oh my gosh, there goes my grammar again, right out the window. And yeah, so I'll be back in a few seconds, and you can try to follow along if you have super speed drawing. Okay, so there's my imitation of chibi hair. And yeah, so now we can move on to the body. And the body is, I would say, no larger than the head here. So from the top of the hair to the chin, I wouldn't suggest drawing it any larger than that. You can, definitely, but like a lot of the chibis I've seen, they're just heads with like little bodies, like they're like bobbleheads basically. So yeah, let's get into this here. We're gonna draw the arms, and the arms are relatively short. They probably at this angle don't extend, like if you were to stretch them out this way, they don't extend past the ponytails. They probably extend to around like here. So probably lined up with where the hair is tied up in her little pigtails. And we're going to draw little mittens for the chibi because with chibis, they don't really have hands, they're just mittens. They're clump hands. So that's what's nice about them. And yeah, just going to draw like there you go. Your little mitten right there. And I'm going to do my best to duplicate that on this side. There we go. Okay. So now that we have the arms, we can put in some sort of shape of the body. And hopefully put on some sort of uniform or clothes or something. I don't know. What are we going to do here? So, I guess you could say that the body shape here is sort of like a bell with legs coming out. So you have like the bell, as in, you know, bing, bing, bing. And that was like the worst imitation ever. But it's a bell, and then you like cut it off, and then you have the legs. And I think I'm just going to indicate some sort of skirt here. There you go. Oh wow, the people downstairs are very loud. Okay, and then we're going to plop in some legs here. And the legs probably would go so they connect maybe up here. So that the skirt isn't like extremely short. It's already short because it's a chibi, but let's keep it calm. Go. Put in like little socks or shoes. I don't know. She doesn't even have feet. Actually, why don't we put in some feet here? Hopefully, I can do this pretty well. We're not even gonna do feet. It's gonna be like clumps that look like feet. So it's gonna be sort of like that. They almost look like beaks. I noticed that they look like beaks. I think that's how I'm gonna describe them. You have beak feet. Alright, so yeah, that's about it. Let's put in some clothes. Maybe we could put in a short sleeve shirt with a t-shirt here. Probably have it. Have the shirt sort of covering the top of the skirt here. And maybe one or two clothes wrinkles. And then, yeah, I guess we can just fill in that skirt really quick. I'm not a big skirt person, am I? So I'll do my best here to imitate what I can of a skirt. You guys are all going to be like, you're doing it wrong. Okay, thank you. That's enough. Oh, I did it wrong already. This is my lame excuse of a skirt here, so maybe I'll do a video on skirts. I'll have to study that a bit. That'll be interesting. Okay. So there you go. That's that for the skirt, and that's about it. I'm going to go into time lapse and do some final lines. I'll come back. Don't worry. I'll do the eyes with you guys, and I think that should be it for then. So yeah, enjoy the time lapse. Alright, so that's it for the inking, except for the eyes. A few things I did want to note. I did put in like a little swirly hair thingy-majigger at the top. I figured having the top of the head plain was sort of boring, and I didn't quite want that. It is a chibi, so you can make it anything you want. If you don't agree with that, then fine. Go away. No, I'm joking. Hopefully I don't smudge anything here. I'm sorry about the lines. I haven't been inking a lot lately. Actually, I haven't been drawing a lot lately, so my artwork is a little rough. Or rusty, sorry, but I think it turned out alright. Wasn't the worst. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in here and fix some things up, because after I ink it, there's always something I messed up on. There's always more that you can improve on your artwork, so. Okay. Let's see. For the eyes, I'm gonna want to use pencil for this because you can only ink once. I mean, if you want to edit it on Photoshop or something, that's always a possibility, but we're gonna put in some pupils here, and with chibi eyes, you can do anything you want. Something I'm gonna do here. Oops, that looks a little funny. Something I'm gonna do here is put in a lot of bubbles in her eye. That's what I like to call them, bubbles. Let me know what you guys think of my bubbles, because I like bubbles. Don't touch my bubbles. That sounded weird. Okay. She sort of looks paranoid right now. I don't know what the word. I think paranoid describes it. But I'm gonna put in pupils here really quick. One thing I don't like doing with my artwork is obscuring the pupils with reflections in the eye, or bubbles as I call them. That sort of bugs me. Oops, went out of the line there. Stay in the lines! Okay, so, doesn't have to be perfect, but something like a pupil. Notice how, notice how the pupils sort of follow the shape of the eye. So if it's more like an oval, then the pupil will be like an oval. You can have it more of a circle if you do want it, but let's just keep it like that. Okay, so I'm going to put in with a 4H pencil, just a harder pencil, some places where I want to place bubbles here. I'm going to place a big one on the top left in each eye, another one right over here, sort of in the middle on the right, and then one sort of moon-shaped bubble on the bottom here. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you can take a softer pencil like a B pencil, but I'm going to use my black Prismacolor colored pencil. It's a harder, it's a harder graphite, I don't know, it's just a harder pencil. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to, from the center, I'm just going to sort of fan out. And be careful not to color over the bubbles. That's always important. You don't have to follow the lines on the outside here, because later that'll be okay. Really, this is just the first layer of the eye, so keep that in mind. Okay, so now you can sort of see how those bubbles make a reflection. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to circle those so that they pop out a little more. Just the smaller two. The larger one is good enough to be seen from by itself because it's so large. Okay. Now I'm going to take a darker pencil. This time I am going to take a B pencil, or actually this is 6 pieces. This is crazy, but it's the only one I have like that. And I'm gonna shade in the top darkest, and we're gonna slowly sort of fade into that color that we just colored in. So it's sort of like a shadow, like that. See how it shade? It just sort of blends in with the paper after a while. So yeah, let's do this. That is about it for the eyes. I'm going to go into time lapse and color in the hair. Then I have one more thing at the end, and I'll say my bye-byes. Alright, so now I'm back. I've colored in the hair. I just wanted to do a few things. The shine of the hair, you can put in some reflective hair. It adds to the three-dimensional effect. If you want, I'm just going to shine in the left side of the hair since the reflection is coming down, or the light is coming down from our left or her right. So I'm going to put those in really quick, and the classic shine on the top of the head is just going to be right across. We can do that twice. Make sure it gets all the way across. I'm just going to put in some more here so we know. Alright, so there you go. That's the hair and the eyes. Maybe I can color in her skirt really quick, and there's always something that you can do at the end. I've seen that people like it, some people hate it, some people think it's a joke. But believe it or not, people, they are everywhere. They are called blushies. And they do exist in this video, so warning, blushy content up ahead. We're going to put in some little plushie doll blushes. They're just going to be circles. Actually, what I can do is I can take the graphite that I was rubbing in earlier. That's what I did with the hair. I'm just going to do that right here. And then I'm going to try to erase around the bottom. Try to make that face symmetrical. There we go. Okay, I like those blushies. Those are nice. Okay, yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope this was helpful, or if it was entertaining. Please like and subscribe. You guys all rock, and as always, have a nice day, guys.